Welcome to today's video. We're diving into how Atlassian's Jira Software, Jira Service Management, and a few powerful marketplace plugins can transform into a complete real estate project portfolio management solution, tailored for a city like Toronto, one of the most dynamic real estate markets in North America. Whether you're managing residential developments, commercial spaces, or city infrastructure projects, Jira's flexibility lets you bring everything, from planning to client servicing, into one unified platform. The top benefits of this solution: centralized project control. Streamline every phase, from design approvals to construction tracking, in one place. Enhanced client experience. Quickly respond to service requests and provide real-time status updates for stakeholders and property owners. Data-driven decisions. Use dashboards and reports to gain insights on timelines, costs, and performance, perfect for city-level transparency. We are looking at the Portfolio Management Overview module. Here you can view the portfolios in the organization and drill into the different levels. This is the PPM view, where you can see the key dates, leaders, budget, and status of tasks. Let's go ahead and drill into the different levels. You can now see the portfolio level, sub-portfolio level programs and projects. Under the roofing program, you can see that there are 2 projects. Let's add a new project level in our structure. We can specify the type, the name, and the key dates. From this view, we can easily update key attributes of the projects. We will go ahead and update the end dates of the projects. As you can see, the changes are reflected to the parent levels. We can also change the status of the projects that we are managing in our portfolio. Let's take a quick look at the Real Estate Project A Gantt view. Here you can see a Gantt chart of all activities in the projects with key milestones. In this view, we can assign tasks and also change the start and end dates of our tasks. We can also create dependencies within tasks by connecting arrows between tasks. We can also add markers that can help us visualize key dates. Finally, we can view the Resource module to see the capacity of our resources. Red rectangles indicate that our resources are overbooked within a specific week, and the green rectangles indicate that there is capacity for extra tasks. I'm showcasing the Assets Management module, where the City of Toronto can track their assets. In the left side panel, you can see the facilities asset hierarchy and the different assets that we are tracking. We will go to our HVAC system and look at one of the objects. The object contains the room where it is located, its current status, maintenance date, and model. The assets can be tagged to project records, and the status can be updated to track the life cycle of an asset. It also allows attachments such as warranties to be tracked in an asset. More attributes can be added if needed. We will go ahead and create an HVAC asset. Assets can be imported manually through a bulk CSV import or through REST API calls. We will review the financial management capabilities of our PPM solution. In the Financial Manager module, we can go into a project and enter costs for multiple years. In the Expenses tab, we will enter a single expense for software licenses. We can also add recurring costs. In this example, we will add meal expenses that can span across multiple months. As you can see, the actual costs have black letters, while the projected costs are grayed out. We can also add different types of funding at different milestones. In this example, we will additional funding in October. In the Overview tab, we can see how the funding will be added throughout the project timelines. Finally, if we go to our portfolio financial tracking, you can see how the main budget is a combination of the child projects. We will discuss more financial management features in the reporting section. We will go over the workflow management capabilities of our PPM solution. This is the support portal where vendors can submit support requests. We will go ahead and create a new invoice that needs to be approved by the PMO governance team of the City of Toronto. Let's submit an invoice and fill out the details. As you can see, the ticket is now in open status, and you can see all the details that were filled in. Please note that these fields can be configured as needed. Once the ticket is submitted, the PMO governance team will receive a notification that a ticket is open for review. We will pretend we got the notification and open the ticket, which can be only seen by the PMO governance team. We will assign the ticket and transition the ticket for review. Once everything checks out, we will send it for approvals. The approvals will go directly to the PMO Directors Group, and we will only require one person in the group to approve. Let's see who is part of the PMO Directors Group. As you can see, Fabian Lim and Joshua Shang are in the group to approve the ticket. Let's pretend now that we are approving the ticket. Note that we can restrict the approvals to exclude reporters of the invoice, but since this is a demo, we have disabled the restriction. Click on Approve. The ticket is now in processing status. Let's pretend that the invoice has been processed and transition the ticket to Resolved. Once it's resolved, you can also see that the SLA of 24 hours to process the invoice was met. Let's look at how we can view invoices assigned to different projects and track their status. We will go to our PPM invoice dashboard. You can now see a customizable dashboard with all the invoices created in a list view, with a Gantt chart and a donut chart highlighting the invoice statuses. Now let's filter the ticket to only view the status of invoices for the real estate project A and vendor Valiantes. As you can see, the invoices are now filtered based on the filters selected, where you can see payment status and many other key attributes. We will showcase the collaboration capabilities. Let's pretend we are the vendor Valiantes and we have access to create and update tasks in the real estate project A. From the portfolio, we can go to the project and click on the Gantt module. From there, we can create a task under a commitment, let's call it Sample 7, and ensure that is tagged with vendor Valiantes and any other relevant fields. We can also update the start and end dates from the Gantt view. This information will be available to all stakeholders in the project. Another way for vendors to find out what tasks are assigned to them is via dashboards. In this dashboard, the vendor can filter the tasks according to the vendor field. Once it's filtered, they can go ahead and update the task information. The solution also allows you to manage project change requests. From the PMO Center of Excellence portal, we can create a change request for review, and we will tag it for the Valiantes team. Let's quickly create the ticket with all the relevant information. Once the ticket is created, the ticket is sent for review. We'll pretend we are the PMO team and open up the new change request. We can review the details and we will tag Valiantes as the vendor to be aware of the change. They will get an email notification of the new scope change request. In this sample workflow, the project manager approves the change request and it transitions to the next status in the workflow. For your information, this is the sample workflow that we are using, which can be customized to the client needs. Like in the previous scenario, the vendors can go to the PPM Change Control dashboard and filter by vendor. This will list all the scope changes that the vendor has been tagged to across all projects in the system. For document collaboration, we can leverage Confluence. As you can see, this is the City of Toronto project space. We can have folder structures where we can upload architectural diagrams and detailed product requirements for review. Let's go to the high-level architecture page. Here we can edit content and upload diagrams or documents. You can also review version history of the pages, and you can restore certain versions if needed. For collaboration, users can add overall comments into the space and tag specific users with their feedback. You can also go into specific content in the page and tag the items with specific users and actions. Email notifications will be sent to the watchers and whoever is tagged in the page. Finally, the pages can have an approval workflow. Content creators can tag the reviewers who would then approve or reject the changes. You can approve the page and ensure that only approved pages are published. We will go over the reporting module of our PPM solution. We will start with the portfolio dashboard, where we can see the various portfolios that we are tracking financially. Let's go to the Wide Real Estate Lens portfolio card. From this view, you can see the projects associated with the portfolio and a high-level overview of the budget, costs, and scope. We can also see the key details of the projects associated with the portfolio. If we click on the timeline view, we can see the timelines of both projects. Now, we can further drill into the Real Estate Project A details. From here, you can see the Earned Value Project view, where you can see the budget, actual costs, and projected costs. There are also other statistics like CapEx versus OpEx that can be very helpful as well. In the Scope tab, you can see the scope and the costs associated with each task. In the Team tab, you can see the members who have logged time. Finally, in the Expenses tab, you can see the report on all the current and future expenses. This is a sample dashboard for a program with multiple reports embedded. It showcases the total budget across all portfolios and the status of all programs at a high level. The user can drill down into the programs that are in a specific status to gather more information about a specific program. This is a project dashboard where you can track statuses, budgets, types of projects, and you can have a table view of all the projects with a quick summary of the project's overall health. I'm showing the Risk Management module where you can see the real estate's Project A's risk matrix based on probability and consequence. The cards indicate the work items that have been tagged as risk items, and they have different colors to indicate the severity of the risk. The users can drag and drop the cards to change the position in the risk matrix. We can change the view to a list view as well. And you can configure the risk register to view key attributes. We can also drill into the cards and look at the details. In the detailed view, we can change the details of the risk, risk response, and our risk action plan. All risks have a workflow as shown and can be transitioned to the different statuses. We will showcase the functionality of the master schedule for a program. From the Portfolio main view, we will go into the Roofing program and select the Gantt module. We can then see the two main projects that have artifacts assigned in the program scope. We can expand the projects, and you can see all the deliverables and artifacts related to the projects. If we move across the left panel, we can also see assignees and time tracked for each task. On the right panel, you can see the Gantt view with the start and end dates of all the tasks and dependencies. You can also view key milestone markers. You can also toggle the Resources view to look at capacity across the program. Finally, if the user wants to share the master schedule, they can export this information into a PDF. The user can select the full scope or a custom range and then share the document. This concludes the demonstration of the Real Estate Project Portfolio Management solution for the City of Toronto. We hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to support this channel.